Strangely, I'm asking you not to make a plan yet, because it was Einstein who first identified that continuing to do the same thing and expecting a different result is the technical definition of insanity. So the risk is, if you sit down and you do planning like you might have done before, one of two things is likely to happen. A, you're actually going to quickly map out a plan, but it's so close to what you already do or what you already think or what you've already tried to do, yeah, that it's going to get you pretty much what it's got you before. Or the other option is it's so far away from what it is that you've done before, without a strategy, maybe not the right choice, etc., that in actual fact, it's really hard for you to get there. So I'm proposing, right, aerial. Now, aerial is what we use to get a signal, A-R-I-A-L, yeah? And we're going to use the same thing. It'll help you remember, aerial. So A is for ask. You need to ask yourself some really good questions. They're the vital questions. The first one is, yeah, what am I trying to achieve? And where am I now? And what's my current situation? And what I don't like about that is, and what am I wanting to get out in front of? You know, I know me and I know the environment I live and work in. I want to improve this or stop this, yeah? So A is for ask. R is for research. So initially what we need to do is ask those same questions of the answers we find into Google. And it's going to help us to amass some concepts. Not all of those are going to be right. So after we've done a little bit of research and our brain starts to spark and we go, that's probably it. Now we need, I is for investigate. So we need to get a detailed understanding of what this option looks like and the strategy looks like, and who are the credible people that might help me get there. Because every successful team has coaches, often many, many, many of them. So A, we've now asked. R, we've researched to get a bit of an idea. I, we've investigated. Now, A, we need to assess. We need to assess those available investigated options and go, that's probably the one that's going to be right for me, right? And I'm making that decision. So L is to lock it in. I lock it in. That's what I'm going to do, yeah? And right, the very important thing straight after that is, instead of having one area, let's have aerials, and S is for skin in the game. So before you make that plan, you've asked yourself, you've identified where you are, you've had a bit of a look at the options, you've investigated that, you've assessed it, you've locked in on one of them. Skin in the game says something like this: I really need to do this for myself, my business, etc. Right? And what it is, yeah, a popular one right now might be lose weight, right? And I need to do that because be honest with yourself, right? Relate to it. I'm larger than I want to be. I'm not as mobile. I'm not as active, whatever your reason is, right? And solution, what that's going to get for me is higher energy levels, look better on a video, whatever might that happen to be. So right now, after you've done aerials, yeah, now that's the perfect time to make a plan. Why? And why is it likely to be much more successful? Well, you've stopped, you've worked out where you are, you've done a bit of personal investigation into your situation. Then you've researched actual credible options, you've investigated them, you've decided on one of them, you've locked it in, and then you've got some skin in the game. Now you do the plan, because it is statistically much more likely that the plan you do now is going to have chosen the right strategy, work better towards the right strategy, create the right action steps, and you are much more likely as a human being to stick to that plan. Because, as Einstein said, if I don't change what I do, I'm not going to change what I get. Yeah? So in 2024, want more and achieve that for yourself using aerials. Cheers. Obviously, more than happy to send you a copy of this. There's a lovely Canva PDF, and I'd love you to use it. So, what's an example of skin in the game. Because skin in the game is me taking that next step towards, I'm definitely going to do it. Can I think of something that might be a good example? And sunscreen, hat. Need to do what you say you're going to do. Commit. See ya.